Ah, perfect timing. I'm looking for a monster. It's this guy, right here. Oh, I'm quite serious. Pants? No, this is the Fresno Nightcrawler.
Paul can't wear pants. He doesn't have legs. Neither do you, fuck boy.
Can we stop talking about pants already?
We were talking about legs.
The Fresno Nightcrawler. Yes. It's also been sighted in Ohio. Look, man, I have to learn more about the Fresno Nightcrawler, otherwise there's just nothing to talk about. The Fresno Nightcrawler is an alleged cryptid first sighted in Fresno, California, later sighted again in Yosemite Park, California. I read that it was also sighted in Poland, but it really does seem like this is a California-exclusive rare spawn. It appears to be a bipedal humanoid with no other discerning features. Its legs, its walking pants, the Fresno Pants Walker. It's this episode of Jimmy Neutron. The Fresno legs. It's not really a crawler, is it? Doesn't really crawl, yeah? It doesn't even have, like, the necessary pieces to crawl. It can walk, it can run, maybe it can jog. But crawl? I doubt it. Look at it go. I want one. I don't know, guys. I've been doing some research on the Fresno Pants Walker, and, not really sure this is, like, a real cryptid. Not like, is this cryptid real? We can talk about that all day, every day. Bigfoot? Not real. Jersey Devil? Literal shitposting. Wendigos? Super real. The Fresno Nightcrawler. Does the Fresno Nightcrawler count as a cryptid? Well, I guess that begs the question, what is a cryptid? The dictionary defines cryptid as an animal that has been claimed to, but never proven to exist. Well, not only has the Nightcrawler never been alleged to be an animal, but I'm fairly certain it's never even been alleged to, exist. I'm pretty sure it's a meme, a fun thing for Californians to shitpost about. It really feels like people attempting to add on to the existing Fresno Nightcrawler data just end up making it worse. For instance, people saying the Fresno Nightcrawler is something out of Native American folklore, a claim that has no basis in reality, it seems. If you see an article saying the Nightcrawler is a Native American thing, it's clickbait or the writer is stupid. Apparently there are sculptures by a Californian DMV that kinda maybe look like the Nightcrawler. As far as I or really anybody else can tell, there's no correlation. But here's the thing about the Fresno Nightcrawler. I don't think Nightcrawler stands are even, trying to claim it's a cryptid. I think they just like it. I mean, come on, the Cryptid Wiki lists the Flatwoods Monster as a cryptid, and that is objectively incorrect. There have been efforts by people to drum up more hype for the Fresno Nightcrawler. Seeing as Bigfoot makes $1 gazillion a year as a media topic, it makes sense. You gotta get a piece of that pie, I guess. In fact, come to think of it, I'm shocked as shit that there aren't people constantly trying to create new cryptids, trying to be the next Bigfoot. Maybe there are, and I simply don't see them because they don't make national news, or maybe the Fresno Nightcrawler is one like that. Apparently, there's another monster, the Carmel area creature from Ohio, that kind of bears a resemblance. Another armless creature meandering about Ohio. Except, spoiler alert, gotcha, fooled ya! That one is actually absolutely not real because fucking Sci-Fi went to the news studio and the guy that worked there showed them how he faked it. An episode which I only have this off-camera footage of because some other legendary creature happened to be recording it. Oddly fitting. Footage of the Fresno Nightcrawler is typical blurry cryptid fare, might as well record the Sci-Fi show about it the same way. But this Carmel area creature goes back to what I was saying about making shit up to draw attention. Maybe people really are trying to constantly make new monsters and are simply stopped in their tracks at the idea's infancy. Shit, it might be a thing that's happening all over the world all the time, and they never make it out of local television stations.
I think this pants guy is neat. I like the pants.
I agree. I think the Fresno Nightcrawler gets exactly as much attention as it deserves. People who know about it like it a lot. I don't think it has to be at the level of Bigfoot to be a North American icon. I mean, look at the Flatwoods Monster. One sighting, one news cycle, and we still talk about the damn thing. The Nightcrawler might even have a similar experience, except thanks to the internet, who knows how that'll go down as time goes on. The internet and the existence of HD cameras in everybody's pocket make it pretty difficult to get the general population thinking there's actually a new monster lurking around. It's not the 1950s anymore, and it sure as shit isn't the 1800s anymore. People nowadays treat cryptids and monsters and whatnot like they're characters in a story, the story just happening to be kind of real life. Maybe, but I don't think that's it entirely. People really do still like spooky stories, monsters, cryptids, everything like that. I just think it's harder to get people to think they're actually real, which is funny considering people are genuinely very stupid. Oh buddy, they're fucking stupid alright. They're the Rake stupid. The Rake is not a cryptid. Not like the Fresno Nightcrawler isn't a cryptid. Not like the Flatwoods Monster isn't a cryptid. Not even like how the Jersey Devil isn't really technically a cryptid. It hasn't been debunked. It isn't up for debate. It's not real. It's a work of fiction. Objectively fiction. Dracula is not real. Nobody thinks Dracula is real. Nobody thinks the Frankenstein's monster is real. We are all rational, sane human beings that acknowledge that these are characters in a story. Yet, for some fucking reason, there are people who think the Rake is not only real, but that it's like a well-known cryptid. Children. I blame children. Children on the internet. Get them off of it, make them go outside and play. Not only is the Rake not a cryptid, I'm convinced nobody's actually read the Rake's original creepypasta. I get that the Rake doesn't actually originate from this creepypasta. It originates in a fucking 4chan post where dudes were just trying to come up with neat monsters. There is a game where you're in the woods hunting the Rake. What? In the story, it just shows up at the foot of your bed and hangs out while you're sleeping. I guess it also talks while you're asleep, and if you wake up and see it, it goes nuts. It's got long claws, and its only confirmed kills from the original creepypasta are a guy that killed himself because it kept startling him and a little girl. Rereading it, it's not even really a good creepypasta. This kinda sucked. Why did everybody latch onto this? This image that everyone freaks out about for the Rake, I still see it get discussed, like whether or not the image is real. It is a promo for a game called Resistance 3. This is a fact. It looks like the Rake shows up in the TV show Supernatural, and they just pile a fuckload of random superpowers onto him. I find it so strange how people latched onto the Rake. It really seems like they use the Rake as a blank canvas to project whatever they want onto the monsters, so much so that some people project being a real cryptid onto it. Look at this shit from the Creepypasta Wiki. The Creepypasta Wiki, by the way, being like one of the worst fucking wikis I've ever seen. I'm pretty sure there's a feet wiki that tells you every time like bare feet show up in children's programming, and that wiki's not as bad as Creepypasta Wiki. Let's go to the powers and abilities section, which if you're ever looking up a mythical creature, go to this section. It is always a laugh. Its strength, stealth, and speed allow it to overpower humans with ease. Am I fucking taking crazy pills? Did I miss something? Please, for fuck's sake, if I missed something in the fucking creepypasta story, let me know, because I feel like I'm going goddamn nuts. In the story, it kills a child. Like a little girl. There's gotta be something I'm missing here, but try as I might, I cannot find it. I am convinced everybody just knows about the Rake from the Supernatural show, and that's the end of it.
Are you okay?
At the bottom of the Creepypasta Wiki. My autism literally cannot handle this. Has connections to the Slender Man. Fucking... I don't have to say that, like, Slender Man isn't a real cryptid, right? Inspired by H.P. Lovecraft. Fucking how? How? Not even in this article does it specify how that could possibly be the case. Are we just making shit up at this point? I'm out. I'm all pissed off. I'm gonna go home and, I don't know, read up on Mothman or something. Give me some fucking real cryptid action. Fucking assholes. Stupid idiots. God, it's creepy. I'll buy a fucking plushie.
Well, I guess I'll be seeing you later. Shut up.